we're going to be talking about the Lamborghini Aventador and the Ferrari 812. Now, both of these cars are very similar. You might have seen them on the street, you might haven't. Honestly, I haven't seen either of them. I've probably seen the Aventador, but not the 812. 812 is too rare. Aventador, you'll see more common on the streets because it's more accessible. You know, you can buy it from a dealership, you can buy it online. Not that it's cheap, but like it's the way to get it, it's more accessible. There's no barriers, you know. There's no restrictions to getting it, there's no requirements. All you need is the money and you can pretty much get it. Whereas compared to the Ferrari, it's a bit more exclusive and you sort of have to be more willing to buy the car, so you'll do more things to get it. Whether that be signing more documents, going through more, you know, checks, you know, your character, your job, your income, that sort of thing. Overall, the Aventador is easier to get, but they're also pretty hard because of the large amount of money you need. So in terms of the comparison, they both share similar engines. They both are a 12-cylinder car, and they're both relatively the same speed. They all have the similar horsepower. It's in the 770 range, and they also have a similar top speed, being around 340 to 350. Now, what's different is the style of the body and also the experience you get when driving the car. Now, I haven't driven either, so I'm just reading off of the internet. I'm reading off what they say. And basically, the Aventador feels more like a race car, you could say. It's more direct, it's stiff, and there's not really much, I guess you could say, grooviness to it, or sort of smoothness. It sort of feels like a rocker or like a race car. It is comfortable, but like it's more suited towards going fast and, you know, cutting corners and sort of driving like a Formula 1 racer. Whereas the 812s, it takes in a more comfortable approach. That doesn't mean it's not as fast as the Aventador. It just means like the whole experience you get, they want to prioritize the comfort and the enjoyment rather than the experience of going fast in a Lamborghini. With the 812 and the Aventador, you'll notice if you look into interiors, they are quite different. The Ferrari's interior is sort of more relaxed, it's spread out. And the buttons they're not in place. It sort of invites you to the car. The seats and everything, they're sort of laid back. It looks chill inside. Although there's a lot of buttons and all that stuff, it generally takes an approach where it guides you through the car and it supports you through. Whereas the Aventador interior, the Aventador is sort of more direct, where all the controls are sort of in the main middle compartment. And why that's done is because it wants to emulate the feeling of being in a rocket ship and having more control over the car. Because you notice with the Aventador, all the buttons are normally in one place, and that's just for accessibility, and that's because they want you to have more control of the car, basically. You know, if you look back at the Ferrari photo, it's more spread out, whereas the Aventador is more compact. That also reflects their driving style too, whereas the Ferrari is a bit more chill, laid back, you know, go your own pace, whereas Lamborghini is more direct, go ahead, everything's here. In terms of sound, they sound pretty similar. They're also priced pretty similar. They're around 400 to 800,000, but it also depends which year you get the car and also which model. Because I know the Aventador has a SVJ model as well. But overall, I'd say they're pretty similar. It's just down to preference of your style of driving. I say for newcomers, or for the younger generation, they more prefer the Aventador, whereas the older generation more prefers the Ferrari. And that's just due to styling, or that's just due to driving preferences, what they prefer. Anyways, thank you for watching.